Frank Grillo, who plays the trainer. And you know, the thing that struck me about the way you played the character, I've known trainers for like the last decade, maybe 2 decades, Greg Jackson and Mark Delagrati and all the guys, Sean Tompkins, who just passed away, by the way. Great trainers in MMA, and you came across as somebody who's been a trainer. Like, how much research did you do, and how much time did you spend with Greg Jackson?
I spent on and off a couple of months with Greg, and Greg was kind enough to even come to Pittsburgh while we were shooting. Greg has become a brother to me. You know, he opened up his family and his gym. Everything that I learned, everything I say, all my movements, everything I do is a direct reflection of Greg Jackson, who I believe is one of the greatest coaches / trainers that I've ever been around. I mean, he really uses things like Beethoven and string theory and physics to teach these fighters who are very intelligent, you know, how to have an upper hand on their opponents. So I can't say enough about Greg Jackson.
Well, to go on that point, Greg Jackson taught George St. Pierre when he fought BJ Penn to put pressure on BJ's shoulder, because all the blood will rush to BJ's shoulder, and then he won't be so fast. I mean, and that's what George did during the fight.
That's right. That's exactly what he did. You know, when in our fight, when Tommy his shoulder is damaged, I said, Greg, what would I say to him? Because he's apprehensive about breaking or continuing the fight. He says, you tell him he break his other shoulder.
And you know, one of Greg's most famous lines is when George St. Pierre pulled his abductor muscle in between rounds against Thiago Alves. George said, I pulled my groin. And Greg Jackson said, I don't care. Hit him with it.
Right, and that's what I said, and it's exactly what Greg was he was irreplaceable. I mean, without Greg, I don't think the third act of the film would have been what it was, because he filled in so many of the blanks, because we didn't know, you know, unless you're a trainer, you don't know what to say. And I love him as a human being. I love his intelligence. I love his devotion and his love of his family. And everything that I am in the movie is a direct correlation to who Greg Jackson is.
Well, we call him Yoda in the MMA business. Now, I just want to say, though, one of your first lines in the film was when Joel comes up to you and Brandon comes up to you and says, I want to train. And, you know, and he's talking about how he's doing these smokers, and you say, let me guess, you know, 2 ring girls you wouldn't bang on a dare. And we all laugh, because that's what it's like.
Exactly what it is. This is what these guys, a lot of these guys who aren't at the level of a George St. Pierre, or, you know, this is where they start. This is where they make their bones, and it's a very real thing, you know. And
local DJ, I mean, you hit it. You hit it on the nose.
No, again, Greg.
And no offense to all you local DJs out there, and Jeremy Laban, all you guys down there doing it, but I mean, just on the nose.
I know. You know what? And I've been a fan of fighting. I jiu-jitsu and boxing. And I didn't know that the smokers really even existed in that way. I know in boxing they used to exist, but I had no idea that these guys were going out and doing this.
Well, I just got to say, I mean, like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, and you were fantastic in the film. You really are, and thank you so much, because we in the MMA world really appreciate this film being as realistic and as special as it is.
That's great. That's what we're going after. We wanted, if it was just an audience of MMA guys, we wanted them to walk away going, they got it, you know? So thank you. That means a lot to me.
Good to meet you, man. Thanks, bro. Thanks.